Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Jamo here, bringing you the next episode of my BPL review series. And from the last round of games that were played before the international break, the feature game is Liverpool versus West Ham at Anfield. And this game ended 3-0 to West Ham. Now, this episode is slightly different because what I remember from the action is very little from all of the games. Because a lot has happened since then. But yeah, West Ham on the day beat Liverpool 3-0. What I remember, Liverpool were very, very poor indeed. I expected Liverpool to win it. Close, but I expected them to win it. But West Ham got the victory they thoroughly deserved. Liverpool just couldn't handle them. But then again, West Ham, they have made a decent start to the season. And as a result, Liverpool lost their unbeaten run that they had since day one of the new season. So Liverpool lost, West Ham won, they thoroughly deserved it, as I said that 500 times. The most boring game had to be Spurs versus Everton, 0-0 at White Hart Lane. Nothing more to be said there really. West Brom went to the Britannia, played Stoke, beat them 1-0. Rondon, I think, scored that, I'm not entirely sure. Manchester City beating Watford as expected at home at the Etihad. Watford obviously drawing, playing 3 games, drawing 3 games, and then they come up against Manchester City, and of course, they played well because they were drawing 0-0 at half time, definitely, and what I remember, and can't even get into this match because it's not sticking properly. Really annoying. But Manchester City just maintain their unbeaten run themselves to maintain their position at the top of the league and beat Watford 2-0 deservedly so. The next match played on Saturday, not the 29th of August, was Chelsea versus Crystal Palace at home at Stamford Bridge. And Chelsea lost 2-1. Chelsea's miserable start to the season continues. And I, as a Chelsea fan, just can't believe it. I think it needs to the break because hopefully they're going to help us out. We've got Everton away, I think, at the weekend, or is it at home? I think it's at home at the weekend. Early kick-off on Saturday. But Palace, they were, should we say, more clinical. Our defence, again, was poor. Ivanovic was poor again, I think. I think Ivanovic needs to be dropped. Kennedy, I think, came on and he played decent. So I think Kennedy deserves a starting place. Ivanovic needs to up his game. That's what I'm saying. And hopefully we can beat Everton this weekend and then Arsenal next weekend. Bournemouth versus Leicester. That was a draw, a 1-1 draw. And Leicester obviously looking at a bright start. Bournemouth picking up a win the weekend before, I think. Yeah, 4-3 against West Ham. So the draw you could expect was the right result in that fixture. Aston Villa played Sunderland at home at Villa Park and drew it 2. Or both parties playing very well indeed. Sunderland obviously trying to pick themselves up from the abysmal start that they've made. And after that team talk that Dick Advocat held a couple of weeks ago beforehand, and they got the point that they needed. Arsenal versus Newcastle at St James's Park. This game is one that I remember very well because the one goal that was scored was an own goal. Arsenal beat them only just with a massive amount of luck because it was an own goal, obviously. Again, I think it's a similar sort of situation. Yes, Arsenal are winning games, but at the same time, Arsenal still needed strengthening during the transfer window. They still needed a CDM, they still needed a striker, and Arsene Wenger did his usual crap. And okay, I'm talking about a rival team here, but if I was obviously every single Arsenal fan is moaning that they haven't got any CDM, they haven't got any striker because Arsene Wenger can't put his finger out his arse to sign some players, despite signing Petr Cech. That's pretty much the only signing they've made all season. But Into Sunday's games, we had Swansea versus Manchester United as the late kick-off at the Liberty Stadium. Swansea winning 2-1. United deserved to lose it. You know, they weren't what you'd expect of them. Rooney, I think, didn't play particularly well. I think, well, nobody in the team played very well, to be brutally honest with you. And they came away from that with a deserved loss. Swansea, obviously, continuing with that positive start that they've made to this season. Drawing with us, Chelsea 2-2 at Stamford Bridge, and then beating Manchester United at home. So they've played two big teams already and got two good results. Southampton, but Norwich versus Norwich was the early kick-off in the last game that was played. That I'm going to mention from the weekend. It ended 3-0 to Southampton, and Southampton played very well. Norwich getting a red card in the first half. Pella with a goal on the brink of half time, and then Tadic scoring twice in the space of 2 or 3 minutes. Southampton obviously bounced back after a loss, I think it was the weekend before, against, who were they playing? They didn't lose, they drew against Watford away, and that was probably a winnable game for them. But that rounds up that review. It wasn't exactly a review because I can't remember much of it. This weekend, coming up, we have Everton versus Chelsea at Goodison Park. It's the early kick-off on Saturday. Arsenal versus Stoke, Palace versus Manchester City, Norwich versus Bournemouth, Watford versus Swansea, West Brom versus Southampton, Manchester United versus Liverpool as the late kick-off. Sunderland versus Tottenham on Sunday, Leicester versus Aston Villa, and then West Ham versus Newcastle on Monday. I'd expect Chelsea to up their game and beat Everton, although Everton are a tough team to beat. Arsenal, I think they beat Stoke. Manchester City versus Palace, a difficult game, but I think Manchester City will win it, just about. Norwich versus Bournemouth, another close game. I think that will end in a draw. Swansea will beat Watford, I reckon. West Brom, Southampton, another close one. Excuse me. West Brom to bottom of the league, so I think Southampton will probably win that, even though West Brom could come up with a few surprises. Manchester United versus Liverpool was the late kick-off, and I think, again, that'll be a close one. Manchester United will probably just about win that one. Tottenham versus Sunderland. Obviously, Tottenham haven't made the best of starts as he did neither of Sunderland. So I think it's going to be a close win either way, or a draw. Leicester versus Aston Villa, a draw again, I think. West Ham versus Newcastle is one, and I think West Ham are going to win. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Let me know once the results have come through from those matches. Let me know what you think the featured game will be for this round of fixtures. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Link can be found down below in the description. And I will see you in the next episode next week. See you later.